Hi everyone, my name's Kalthoff and welcome to another Stamping to Share video. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and today I'm going to share with you how to create this lovely card. I actually took a stamp set, Starburst saying, and truly that does not look very vintage, you have to agree, but I tried to make it vintage by adding a doily and keeping the colors more neutral, although I did add a good pop of Calypso Coral into this card. In fact, the card base is Calypso Coral and I stamped it in Calypso Coral. But I really like how it turned out. Here's the inside of the card. So you obviously are using all of your different pieces here. And so let me go ahead and show you how to create this card from start to finish. One of the first things that you will need is, of course, your card base, and I have that cut in Calypso Coral. It's 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. And now I'm just going to simply fold it in half on the score line. I'm going to take my Stampin' Up! Bone folder and make a nice crease back here so that it will lay flat as we work with it. The next thing that you will need, you'll notice there's all of these different layers of crumb cake. There's this outside layer, an inner layer, and then another layer on the inside panel. And all three of those layers come from one piece of paper, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of paper, which is just 1/4 sheet of cardstock. And the first thing that you'll want to do with this is run this through your Big Shot machine using your top note die. Now I have a sticker on my top note die so I can see exactly where I'm putting it because I actually have this all lined up so that I know that if I set it right here, it will be exactly in the middle. And when I run it through the die, I will get a piece that is actually set up so that it all looks even around all four sides. Now, once you've run that through the Big Shot machine with your top note die first, you want to take the piece that results, and it'll actually come in two pieces, your top note piece and then your outer frame, and you'll want to run this entire thing through the Big Shot machine again using your arrows folder, which I already did because I knew this card could take a long time if I didn't do some of the steps ahead of time. And so once that is done, you can take a 2 1/2 inch circle punch and you just insert it as far in as it will go, and you want to just make a nice punch, and then this piece is going to go on the front of your card along with the frame, and this piece is going to go in the center of your card on the inside. And now you can see this is a little bit off center, but I have another piece here, so I will line it up a little bit here off camera so I can get a better punch out. There we go. I always get a little bit off focus when I'm kind of holding it over for the camera. So this one turned out a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead and put that right into the inside panel of our card. Now we will first need to layer a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to use some snail to just go ahead and put that onto the inside panel of our card. And then we have a kind of a narrow side and a deeper, wider side. So the deeper, wider side goes on the bottom. And I do like to use glue for this because I know that it will grab into those crevices and keep this nice and stable onto my card. There we go. And then there's just a little bit of stamping. So we're going to use You Make the World a Better Place on the outside of our card and Thank You So Much on the inside of our card. So I just am inking up the Thank You So Much, and I can just stamp it maybe right there. And then there's even a little room down here for you to add your signature. And then for the outside of the card, we're ready to roll. So we're just going to take a little multi-purpose liquid glue and we're going to attach this frame to the outside panel of our card after, I almost forgot this, after we adhere this doily. And so again, I'm just going to add a little glue to the doily, and we're going to center it right in the center of our card, and then we're going to put our frame right over the top of that. And if I've cut this right, it shouldn't show any edges. Looks good. The next step is to take this panel that I had punched out. We're just going to add some glue and put this down right in the center of our doily. Like so. Then I have some of our natural chevron ribbon, which is in the spring catalog, and I'm just going to put some snail right through the center of that. And we're going to set this down. Now I know this doesn't, this looks kind of crazy at the moment, but we're going to just trim it up kind of here near the edge of where the doily is. Just trim it up with the scissors at a nice angle. And that is down and beautiful. Now we just need to add one final sentiment to the front of the card. So I have a piece of scrap, just Whisper White scrap paper. I'm going to ink the sentiment up in Calypso Coral, stamp it on there, and then using our framelets, oh dear, here they are. Using our framelets, we're going to take framelit number 2, which is the second biggest framelit, or the second smallest. I'm not sure how to say that. Anyway, I can't figure it out, so I'm just going to do 1 through 5, and you're going to use the second one as long as you're starting your ones through the center. And you are going to cut that out with your Big Shot machine. See, you just lay that on there, run it through the Big Shot machine, and I have it ready. So I just need to add some dimensionals to that. I should have had this ready before, sorry about that. I'm trying to do a better job and get my dimensionals added before I turn the camera on, but sometimes I forget. All right, and then this just goes right in the dead center of that circle, and you have a really pretty card to give to someone who makes the world a better place. So there's the front panel and the inside panel. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Have a great day, and thanks so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.